For over 50 years, it was a ghost in our skies. A forgotten relic of the Cold War, tumbling silently through the darkness. It was built for another world, a hellish landscape of crushing pressure and searing heat. But it never made it. Instead, it was trapped in a looping orbit around our own planet, a silent spectator since 1972. Now, that long, silent wait is finally over. This is Kosmos 482. After half a century adrift, it made a fiery return to Earth. But this was more than just another piece of falling space junk. This was the final, unpredictable act of a secret Soviet mission. And the whole world was watching because of one tantalizing question: what, if anything, could have survived the fall? It's a story of Cold War ambition, spectacular failure, and a mystery that's still not completely solved. The final descent, the final chapter of Kosmos 482's journey, began with a global countdown. Throughout late 2024 and early 2025, anticipation hit a fever pitch. Space tracking agencies and amateur observers agreed, the end was near. The spacecraft's long, decaying orbit was shrinking fast, and predictions began to zero in on early May 2025. As the dates got closer, news outlets ran headlines, and experts weighed in. The European Space Agency and others projected a re-entry around May 10th. And then, right on schedule, the tracking data showed it was gone. Orbital analysts watched its final passes, and based on the object's failure to appear for its next orbit, they confirmed it had re-entered Earth's atmosphere. But here's where the story takes a turn. Despite the confirmation from tracking data, there were no verified sightings of a fireball, no sonic booms reported, and most importantly, no recovered debris. It's widely believed to have come down over a remote area, likely an ocean. In the world of orbital decay, this isn't unusual. Confirmation comes from tracking, not necessarily from finding a physical piece. So, the 53-year journey of Kosmos 482 had ended, leaving us with one last puzzle, a confirmed re-entry, but a final resting place that remains a complete mystery. A secret mission to a hostile world. To understand why this spacecraft's fate is so captivating, we have to go back to the beginning. The date is March 31, 1972. The Cold War is raging, and the space race isn't just about science, it's a high-stakes battle for technological and ideological dominance. While America was planting flags on the moon, the Soviet Union had its eyes on a different, far more forbidding prize: Venus. Their Venera program was a relentless campaign to conquer the second planet. And it was working. The Soviets had already made history with Venera 7, the first successful soft landing on another planet. This new mission, a twin to the successful Venera 8, was supposed to be another major win. The plan involved sending a highly advanced lander to the surface of Venus. Try to imagine a world with temperatures hot enough to melt lead, around 470 degrees Celsius, and an atmospheric pressure over 90 times that of Earth. That's what this probe was built for. But it would never get its chance to phone home from another world. The failure that created a legend just after lifting off from the Baikonur Cosmodrome, the mission went sideways. The spacecraft made it to its temporary parking orbit around Earth, all set for the final engine burn that would fling it toward Venus. But then, nothing. The engine of the upper stage, known as the Block L, shut down almost immediately. The likely culprit? An incorrectly set timer, a simple mistake that doomed a billion-ruble mission. Without that final push, the probe was stranded. It didn't have the speed to escape Earth's gravity. The ambitious mission to Venus was over before it really began. Now, in the hyper-secretive world of the Soviet space program, you couldn't just announce a failure. So, the crippled spacecraft was quietly given the generic name Kosmos 482, a catch-all label used for everything from military satellites to failed probes, designed to hide its true purpose from the West. It officially became just another object circling the Earth, a secret it would keep for decades. A fiery preview over New Zealand. The world didn't have to wait long for a dramatic hint of the mission's failure and the ruggedness of its hardware. Just a few days after the botched launch, pieces of the disintegrating rocket stage started falling back to Earth. On April 3, 1972, farmers near Ashburton, New Zealand, were startled by strange objects falling from the sky. 4 red-hot titanium spheres, each weighing about 30 pounds, slammed into the ground, scorching holes in crops. Thankfully, no one was hurt. These were quickly identified as gas pressure vessels from the failed launch. It was a startling preview of what can happen when space junk comes down, and it was a powerful testament to the toughness of Soviet engineering. If these smaller pieces could survive, what about the main payload? Built to survive hell, this is what makes the story so compelling. The key part of Kosmos 482 believed to have survived its final plunge is the Venera-type descent module. We're talking about a roughly 500 kilogram craft containing a highly durable spherical pressure vessel. This wasn't just a satellite, it was a planetary entry vehicle, engineered to survive a descent that would vaporize almost anything else. The lander was designed to punch through Venus's thick, superheated atmosphere. Its heat shield was meant to protect the sensitive instruments inside from temperatures near 500 degrees Celsius and crushing pressures. Some sources suggest it was built to handle decelerations in the hundreds of Gs. Because it was so ridiculously over-engineered for Venus, experts believe the core of the lander had a very good chance of surviving the much less intense re-entry through Earth's atmosphere. While most satellites burn up completely, this thing was built for hell and back. This raises the tantalizing possibility that a half-century-old Soviet spacecraft impacted the Earth largely intact and is just waiting to be found. The great unknown of re-entry. So, if it fell, why don't we know where it is? This is the billion-dollar question. Predicting the exact impact point of decaying space junk is incredibly difficult. The main force pulling an object down is atmospheric drag, but the density of the upper atmosphere is constantly changing. It swells and shrinks with solar activity, turning any long-term prediction into a moving target. An object's shape, how it's oriented, and whether it's tumbling all dramatically affect its descent. That's why, even on the final day, the uncertainty window can span thousands of kilometers. Kosmos 482 had an orbit with a roughly 52-degree inclination, meaning its potential impact zone covered a vast swath of the globe, including most of the planet's populated areas, but also massive stretches of empty ocean. The odds were always in favor of it landing somewhere remote and unwitnessed. The story of Kosmos 482 is a perfect example of the incredible, enduring mysteries of the space age. If you're fascinated by these lost relics and epic stories of exploration, do us a favor and hit that subscribe button. It helps us keep creating these deep dives into space history for you. The bigger picture, a sky full of debris while the fate of one Soviet probe is a captivating mystery, it points to a much bigger and more urgent problem. Kosmos 482 is just one piece of legacy space junk. Up there with it are hundreds of thousands of other tracked objects and millions more that are too small to see. And we're launching more every week with new mega constellations. This explosion of objects is dramatically increasing the risk of something called the Kessler syndrome, a runaway chain reaction where a single collision creates a cloud of debris that causes more collisions, creating even more debris. Eventually, certain orbits could become so cluttered they'd be totally unusable for generations, effectively trapping us on Earth. Kosmos 482 is a powerful symbol. It's a single, durable object whose return we watched for 50 years. Now imagine trying to track thousands of smaller, unpredictable pieces from a satellite that just shattered. We depend on space for everything from GPS to credit card transactions, but the orbital environment we rely on is becoming more hazardous by the day. The story of Kosmos 482 is the final, unfinished chapter of the Venera program and a ghost of the Cold War. It's a mission that failed just moments after launch, yet it managed to outlast the very country that built it. This one object, after tumbling silently above us for 5 decades, is a physical reminder of the ambition, the genius, and the failures of the dawn of space exploration. It was built to reveal the secrets of another planet, but instead, it became one of our own planet's most watched orbital mysteries. Its fiery return wasn't just the end of a 53-year journey, it was a message from the past about the future we're all building in space, a future that will be defined by how we manage the legacy of everything we've sent to the stars. What do you think happened to the Kosmos 482 lander? Do you think it will ever be found, a Soviet time capsule buried in the ocean or a remote patch of land? Let us know your theories in the comments below. And for more stories about the past, present, and future of our universe, don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Stay curious.